Well, when you see that, you know it's time for Strictly Business. Welcome to another edition of it. And as of this year, black-owned banks in the U.S. make up less than 1% of all banks in the country. These banks play a crucial role in supporting black communities. And to discuss this, we have Mark S. Lee, founder and president of the CEO, of course, of the Lee Group, as well as Demetrius Hutcherson, president of First Independence Bank. Thank you both for coming in this morning. Really appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.
Demetrius, let's start with you. Give us a little information about the bank. You've been in business over 50 years. Tell us the keys to the longevity and the success.
Sure. Keys to longevity are just continue to keep business fundamentals as it relates to banking, putting our customers first, keeping the customer in the center of the circle of life, and really trying to make sure that your products are focused on and geared towards your customers' needs, and pivoting and changing, modifying your bank products as the customers' needs change.
You've obviously been doing something right being in business that long. Now, Mark, we heard in the intro that less than 1% of banks in the country are black-owned. How important are these black-owned banks to the community?
Yeah, they're very important. They're very, very important. Let me just say up front, my father was a legendary banker in this city, and everybody knew who he was. And back in those days, a lot of times you had a lot of people wanted to do business with him because he quite frankly, was African American. He was a black banker, so to speak, and he had the opportunity to work with him directly. And I think it's important for black banks to have the opportunity to grow and thrive. Again, you and I have chatted before. People want to do business with people that look like them, number one. And number two, a bank like First Independence Bank is established in the community. People know them, they trust them, and they have products and services that will fit their specific needs as well.
So, Demetrius, talk about that, how you specifically support your black-owned businesses in the community.
Well, we sponsor a number of events that are associated with black businesses. We provide technical assistance to individuals that are entrepreneurs that are aspiring to develop a banking relationship that ultimately will allow them to borrow from the bank. And we just simply our products. Let me give you a specific example. We have what we call first choice checking. We started that during the pandemic. This was an account that was established to allow people who are underbanked or non-banked to reestablish bank accounts with banks. And we also have a small business lending program that is catered towards startups as well as existing businesses, and it's something that is a program that's guaranteed through the state of Michigan.
They sound like great programs. Now, Mark, obviously a lot of barriers have been faced by black banks. What kind of barriers have they faced, and how have they overcome those?
Yeah, there's several barriers. One is the perception. There's always a perceptual challenge, the awareness of black banks. There's a perception, are you going to get that? Certainly the same level of service as other institutions, for example. Access to capital is always a challenge for all institutions. And I think, again, black banks and African-American banks have to continue to fight those perceptions overall. And one of the things I want to say about First Independence Bank, the history of this bank is phenomenal. You started, I believe, back in the 1970s or something like that.
Yes.
It's a fascinating story. Can you briefly just share that story of where you started?
The bank was started in 1970 as one of the positive outcomes of the 1967 riots. There were about 22 people, business individuals as well as community activists, that really wanted to create a financial institution that would initially be focused on providing financial independence for people of color. Obviously, the bank over the years has evolved into a bank for everyone, and our products are catered towards all customers, regardless of who you are and your color.
And that's the point I wanted to bring out, is that the way they started, the way they've grown, the way they've evolved, they are truly an institution in the city of Detroit. They've also expanded to the Twin Cities, I believe, and other markets across the country. So back to your question, that's why it's important to have successful black institutions. Again, they're beacons of light within the community as well.
And that is Strictly Business for this Monday. Demetrius, Mark, thanks a lot for dropping by. Really
Thanks for
appreciate
having
that.
me.